Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Tutor Me, Mr. L. I just came out with episode 1 and I'm already coming out with a second one. What? Yes, because there's a lot of Python that we need to go over, and I got to make sure you have plenty of content to help you with this stuff. Okay, today we're going to talk about print statements and input statements. Okay, so print statements and input statements, they kind of go hand in hand. These are like the first things we literally learned in Python, and I still see a lot of you struggle with it, so we're just going to go right into it. Print statements. It begins with print, all right? And it's going to come out blue in TextMart, right? Now, the function of a print statement is it's going to look like this, okay? It's going to have the word print and it's going to have two parentheses, okay? This is all part of a bigger concept called functions, right? So the function is basically like a button. That's what I tell you guys in school. It's like a thing that does a thing, right? And when I do this, the way it works is the stuff inside of the parentheses will be considered the argument of that function. Okay. Now, in the print statement, its only function is to really just show whatever stuff is in there. So the first thing we learned was how to print a statement, right? So hello world is a great example. And if we were to do this and we run play, I missed. It prints hello world. Okay? That's how print statements work, right? And it's a very flexible function because it will literally print anything you ask it to. So you're going to be using this for troubleshooting reasons and just for general giving directions to the user and all that stuff. So for example, you could do print hello world, print welcome to the beginning of my program. Right? As you notice, look at how the syntax is. Print, parentheses, and then the argument inside. Now, I'm trying to make a string, so I have two quotation marks, and it's going to go on that way. Now, the print statements, they work really well. Like, even without an argument, right, it would be useful because it'll skip a space, all right? Hello world. So we got two print statements, and then we go print. Notice that? See that? See that little blank area right there? Yeah, that is this guy in action. Okay. Now, it works with variables too. All right. So let's say we create a variable called variable1, and we'll just say hello world. And then we'll make another variable 2 equals, what should I say? The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. All right. Notice how I just wrote it. All right. It just stores it, and you can print the variables, right? Print variable 1, print variable 2. Okay. Actually, you know what? Before I even do this, let's see what happens if I print just the variables without the function. Ta-da! Nothing. Why? Because we didn't tell the computer to do anything, right? You have to tell it to print. All we did here is save something inside of a variable, okay? Now, if you want to do something with the variable, you need to put it inside a function. In this case, we're going to do the print. Now watch this. Boom, right? Now we got the saved variables printing out on our computers, right? Once again, you can do this, just skip a step, right? Boom, right? Amazing, cool stuff. Now this combination of the variable and the print statement is going to be very important for the next concept, all right? And that's going to be our beloved input statements, right? So let's say now at the basic level, okay, I'm going to step back. The basic level, you could use input statements like this, literally just nothing. And then when you press play, there's going to be a thing here that says type here, enter when it's done. Let me just move my OBS here a second. Boom, right? Enter when it's done. And then you can blah, 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 press enter. Okay? Now, when you do this, there's nothing in there. Okay? It's going to do nothing. only function will be to give you space to type. That's it. Okay. Now, if you want something meaningful to come out of your input statements, you're going to need your variables. So and try and name your variables to be related to whatever you're putting in the input statement, right? So when you're doing an input statement, you should put something that will instruct the user on what to do. So I would say, let's say, enter your age. And this goes with naming your variables properly, right? So age, right? Why? Because it makes sense, right? Notice it still acts like a standard variable, or I'm sorry, a standard function. It's blue, there's parentheses, and we put an argument. In this case, we make it age. And this actually says something also. Whenever you're making your variables, please make it all lowercase. Now, it's going to have a prompt that says enter your age. Type here. I'm 38, right? Notice that there's like a space here. Like there's no space in between. That's because it needs this. Okay, the spaces do count. It does count inside the string. So if I put 38 now, see that? And you can format it, right? You can put this 38. See, it's better. Now, what's cool about this is it will actually save the age, right? So if I were to type a print statement, print, if I print age, I would be like this, print, your current age is, and then it's going to print out, so I put 38, your current age is 38, okay? So, I have a variable here. Let's try something else. Let's put an input here, enter your age. We don't have a variable. We're going to use the variable. What do you think is going to happen? Error. And it's going to be that same error that we've talked about. It's your common error, not defined error. That's because you never saved the input. Okay? If you're going to use the input, it needs to be saved with a variable. So in this case, we're going to put an age, and then we do it again. I'm 38. You get that. Okay? Now, the last thing I'm going to put in here is concatenation. Okay, so for this particular case, let's go and put age equals input. How old are you? And then I'm gonna put food input. Let's see, what is your favorite food? Right. So I got age and food in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to combine those in something called concatenation. All right. So concatenation is when you combine strings with other strings. So let's say we can print this out, and then we'll put a string. You are plus. Okay. Notice I put a space here because if I don't, it's going to have no space. You are age plus years old. All right. And then let's print out your favorite food plus is plus. Let's put the food. And notice I gotta be really, really like specific here, right? It has to look like this if you're gonna. And this is called concatenation. We'll go into more detail in it. I'm trying to keep this video short, but we'll go into more detail later. But if you were to do this, right? How old are you? 38. And then my favorite food is, let's just say adobo, right? As you can see, it prints out you are 38 years old. Your favorite food is adobo. Look at that. I had a little problem there, right? I put a space in there. I don't want that space, so I'm just going to delete that. So we'll try it again. 38. Food. Adobo. There you go. Okay? So today, you just learned a couple things. We just learned the print statement and the age statement, how input statements work, how variables are related to that, and how to combine them in there. Okay. So tune into the next episode. We're gonna talk about like the math behind Python, the relationship of how pluses and minuses work, and how they work with strings and all that fun stuff. Okay. So I'll see you in the next video, and have a good day. Bye.